All good adventure starts by leaving the house. I mean, anything can happen. Join me on this adventure as we take on the Lairig Ghru High Road via the Braeriach Traverse.
Welcome back, Aviemore. It's another episode of doing the Munros by public transport. It's a birthday special, this one. So, in fitting of a birthday special, we're doing a Cairngorms epic. I'll tell you more about it on the way there. Let's go. So where are we going? Well, as I said, it's a Cairngorms epic. The planned route is we do the Braeriach Traverse via the Lairig Ghru. So we're at the start of the walk. Lairig Ghru, which is along this way. We'll maybe just take 5 minutes, get the walking poles out because our pack is fairly heavy this trip. Aye, so we're in the Mhaim forest proper. I'm just stopping for a wee break, get the walking poles ready. We've got 2 odd walking poles, because why not? Huh? Why not? They both function. I must say, getting to Aviemore and hence getting to the Cairngorms, it's been fairly straightforward. So I took a Flix bus and it cost me £10.99 from Glasgow to Aviemore. It took 3 hours, so not so much longer than it would take to drive yourself. And for £10.99, about 140 miles, I think in this day and age that's a complete bargain. I mean, getting to the start of the walk, you've got to rely on your old legs. But again, that wasn't bad from Aviemore Main Street to Coylham Bridge. So it's like 2 miles. You can take a bus, but it's a fine day. The initial plan was to just try and get up Braeriach as much as I can tonight. Obviously start the real traverse tomorrow, but trying to make as much progress as I can in daylight today. But the forest is really nice. I mean, it would be much nicer camping in here, potentially. What we've got here, Lairig Ghru. There we go. Guess we're over this way, over the river. Huh? Whilst the plan was to camp almost at the summit, kind of at the Falls of Dee on Braeriach, I may just camp in Mhaim forest for the night. There's the views opening up now, huh? So we're past wee while, the path's been climbing steadily. It's quite hard to deploy the poles because of the heather at the sides. It's 5 o'clock now, so I believe we have probably 1.5 hours of daylight left. So I want to get camped up around about 5:30. Kind of makes sense to do the Lairig as one adventure tomorrow, you know, waking up to the Lairig, getting right in about it. So we've left the path. I'm just looking up here for a spot to camp. Surrounded by mountains and Scots pine. I think we found our spot. That's the tent up. Just a Van Gogh thing, but tried it before and it served me well. So only thing is, she's heavy. 3+ kilos. We've got an X-Ped Dura 5 here on top of a foam kind of foil mat. We have the new Marmot sleeping bag that we haven't tried yet. Last but not least, the pillow. Right, with everything set up, I think I'm going to chill out on the tent for a bit. You know what they say, huh? Red sky at night. So the idea is where I can use this bio burner, and I will. I'm just using it to boil some water at the moment. Saves using all my gas so soon. So let's talk food. What is making my bag so heavy? Well, it's not beer, I tell you. I just decided to go for some classic Uncle Ben's. It's 250 grams, 450 calories almost. Wayfarer fire pot nonsense. Uncle Ben's that you're needing. And no beers, but we've got ourselves a Horlicks. You can just see the lights of Aviemore in the distance there.
I think we'll just relax in the tent for a wee bit and aye, maybe catch up with you later, maybe just catch you tomorrow. Good morning, you filthy animals. Check the weather. Look at this. How is that for a blue sky day? We've just woke. We don't really have so much water. I wish I could just chill here, have a coffee, but I think I might just pack up, find a water source. So we're just packing up the tent, just trying to dry off some of our stuff. Well, that is us. We're ready to get back on the move. I wish I could say it was early, but it's not. It's 11:15. But I'd rather take my time, pack up slowly. I had to make sure the tent was kind of dry and sleeping bag dry. So, as always, leave no trace. Well, that's a bit of a lie, because every time I go camping, I end up losing something. So inevitably, there's some trace. Back to the path, and hopefully make some miles now. What a slow start to the day. Here's the mountains here. Oh, it's tough going. It's quite warm. Still lacking in water. River's all the way down here. So we're going to be turning off soon, heading up this hill to get onto Braeriach. So we'll be leaving the Lairig Ghru. Just as we've come onto it, we'll be leaving. This is the beginning of the Lairig Ghru proper, so to pass through the mountains. Just ahead will be Mhaim Gap, which I reckon we'll be bypassing and heading straight up the hill here. Alright, Lairig Ghru straight ahead, take that to D side, Braemar. We're going to cross the river here and going to follow this gentleish kind of sort of terrain, zigzagging up to gain a bit of elevation. We just need to get across this river. Let's go try that now. With being out here for a few days, I really need to keep my feet dry, so find a sensible place to cross. I'm thinking it's a boots off job, this one. I don't want to get wet, so I'd rather just take 5 minutes and get the shoes off. I was going to film it, but I never had enough hands. We've left the river behind, so now we just try and gain some elevation up Braeriach. So we're just going to climb the slopes here of Cairngorms. Wish there was a water source. Still need to get water, but I figured it made no sense filling up before climbing the top of this, so we'll just go easy on the water. Coming up that snowy slope was a bit tricky without my spikes. I do have spikes, that's why my bag is so heavy as well. I've got my ice axe, my spikes, as I say, food for 4 days. Right, we're pressing on because time's pressing on, and I tell you what's not pressing on is progress. A lot tougher this bagging Munros when you've got a big old backpack. Just stopping for a bit of a break before we tackle this shoulder here. I'll point into that. It's tough going, or that last wee bit was. Maybe still see here, it's quite a bit of a boulder field. I mean, that's it better than it was. But and the snow is quite firm. So when you do have to cross it, there's not much traction. This next part here is Càrn na Lairig. It's the nose of the Lairig. So I think once we get to the top here, we can finally say we're deep in the Lairig Ghru. We're just taking the high route. Down here is the Lairig Ghru proper. The low route. The low road. We're taking the high road. We are almost
at the top of the nose of the Lairig, Sron na Lairig. And the going is no easier, but once we gain elevation I expect it to be so much easier. You know, it really is just going to be a kind of sort of traverse of the ridge. Kind of 1:30 almost, or approaching, so kind of getting worried about light again. Daylight, you know, the loose plan is to get to Ghru Munros tonight and either camp somewhere around there, or if there's nobody at the bothy then I'll just stay at the bothy. I think that's our first proper glimpses of Braeriach. So Braeriach is the third tallest mountain in the whole UK. You can see the traverse here. We've got to get to Braeriach up this way. But you know, I'm hoping a lot of the elevation gain is done and maybe we will make progress, but it's 3:30, so I don't know if I'm going to make it to Ghru or Bothy unless I walk down in the dark. We'll see. It's just going to have to be play it by ear, innit? But I'm glad I'm up here now. There is no way I could have got up here last night. No way. The additional weight in the pack, it makes a huge difference. Like, just look at the way we've came. We're doing all right. That's us on the ridge now. We'll just see how much progress we can make before it gets dark. This is the summit, the Càrn stone, if you will, for the third largest Munro in the UK. Old Braeriach. I wouldn't say that's fitting of a Càrn stone for the third largest mountain in the UK, would you? I mean, I'm a bit disappointed. It's been a slog getting here for that, you know? Check, that's certain death, eh? Oh, no, we're getting too close to the edge. I'm really dying for some water now. Really do. Coming up on a nice little water source. And there is one. The source of the River Dee is just over here. So, what better place to get a wee drink than the wells of Dee, eh? We had to make a call. It's getting dark, the sun's coming down. So we just put the tent up. Put the tent up here. The walk continues along here, and that'll continue tomorrow. Never felt it wise to go on. I was hoping to find around here the well of Dee, so the source of the River Dee, and hence a water course I could get some water from. I've still not managed to get any water, and I'm going to have to just process some snow. So got the tent up. Never really camped directly on the snow before, so I'm not sure how cold it's going to be. If it's going to be wet inside, don't know. Guess we'll find out. So we got a bit of water at least. So nice. Figured get some drinking water first, then we'll get a hot drink and get the dinner on. Got our dinner cooking. Some Uncle Ben's again tonight. Risotto chicken tonight, for quite looking forward to it. Warm meal, innit? And we have a nice cup of hot chocolate. I really can't get enough of hot drinks at the moment. Water processing has had to take a back seat. We've got a bit here, and we've still got our 500ml bottle. One of these storm shields, windshields, these are great. There's a wee bit of a driving wind, so yeah, it's helped. So that's it from night 2. We never made it to Ghru or Bothy. That's where we intended to make it to, but instead we're camped up near the Wells of Dee, and we're just going to finish the traverse tomorrow. But I'm just going to hunker down now in my sleeping bag. It feels much better in the bag now. The only thing that's holding the tent down is the pegs are just secured into the snow, so hoping for a restful night. No wind, that's what the forecast is. We'll see. Definitely think I'll get my spikes and things on tomorrow, so that was another good reason just to maybe get the tent up and stop, get prepared, get water processed, get the spikes on, and then start afresh tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, campers. We survived tonight. It wasn't too bad at all. Very warm in my bag. We're just processing some water. We got this guy processed. We got a coffee made. Just trying to prioritise. Aye, nice warm brew. This is going to be luxury. I'll turn you around. Here's the route for today. I'm just going to get my coffee and I get a bit of breakfast and get on. Really looking forward to this coffee. The weather, and by that I mean the cloud, is quite interchangeable. It's nice to watch. I mean, we woke to completely clear skies, and then just a moment ago it was complete whiteout, getting me worried. These are the spikes that I've got. I'm going to wear today. They're gravel. I mean, they're not full crampons or anything, but better than nothing. Alright, we're just going to get the tent squared away and then get moving. Unfortunately, the clag's not lifted, so we might be bagging in the clagging. Here's where the tent was. As you can see, left a bit of a trace, but it's only snow. We're off that way right into the clag. Great, huh? So the navigation's pretty difficult in this clag, so we've had to use the old compass. So the bearing is just directly south, so we're just going to follow the compass bearing, because it keeps stopping to check the GPS, and it's not quick. Total whiteout conditions, which is making the navigating really difficult, because even when using your compass, you've always got to keep sort of checking you're on the right bearing. Look at this here. This is the edge. Huh? There's a cornice, right? So really, here's how close I am. You know, got to be really careful when navigating. So we're almost at the first Munro of today. Just doing a bit of a tough climb. I just seen some of our lads there. They stayed at Ghru and Boffey last night. Said there was quite a crowd, so maybe I'm glad I never made it there. Again, just look how hairy the edges are. There's cornices. I'm not looking forward to getting too close to that at all. It was clearing up just there, but now it's back to shit. Oh, it's clearing. Blue skies. Blue skies. Yes. Excellent. Look how close to this to the cliff edge. No messing around here, huh? Show the mountain respect. It's missed flag. The first summit of the day, which is Score and Lochen Ewan, or something like that. So see if we can get a bit. See if we can get a shelter out the wind. Well, I think we can all agree for that. Much better summit Càrn than the one at Braeriach. It's not great, but it's a marked improvement. As is the weather. I mean, it seems it could lift, but it's so windy at the summit here, there isn't much shelter. I'm just going to press on. Look at this! Look at this! You can actually see the way we're bloody going. Fantastic! Fantastic! We're all increased speed. That's the climb to Càrn. Braeriach. Here, Càrn, I'll be locking down here, huh? And then up here, Càrn, and that only leaves old Devil's Dick after that. So it's about 12:30. Let's see how we get on. Summit 2 of the day, Càrn. Look at the summit here. It's pitiful. Great views for. I'm glad it cleared up for we. Aye, we're not sticking about there. There's no shelter to enjoy a break, so we'll just push on, make progress. And there's a much better Càrn. Munro Giant. Way ahead there. Gotta grab a wee sandwich. I'm not getting any fresher. What an epic view, huh? So we're on to Devil Dick and then down to Cairngorms to assess my situation. Fantastic. I mean, that's our near the Lairig Ghru. Pictures? Aye, of course you do. Alright, so there's Devil Dick. We'll get that done when we get down to Cairngorms. Just before heading up the Devil's Point, always get these spikes off. They've done their job. We're below the snow line now. These gravel spikes. I've had them for a while, but this is the first time I've used them. I've got a large. I'm a size 10, UK 10, European 44, and I wish I got the extra large. I mean, they're great things, but I can see with the rubber stretcher. Devil's Point for winter. This has definitely been the best Munro of today. Well, that's because I have no backpack. We're going back down the same way, so just left the backpack down the way. There we go. Old Devil Dick just there. And this is Ben McDouey, of course. What a great view, huh? And great views of the way that we've came for today and a bit of yesterday. So let's get Devil Dick done, get down to Cairngorms and see what the plan is. 1,000 photos would not do it justice, would it? No. It's nice and calm. It's looking the best Càrn. Best Càrn so far, what you reckon? It looks alright, that one, doesn't it? Substantial, significant. I've not scrimped on the labour hours there. No. But aye, look at this. This is just fantastic. What a view. Hands down, it is the best Càrn so far, isn't it? Of all the Munros we've done, which is Braeriach, Càrn, Lairig Ghru, which is that guy, just up there. And now we're standing on top of the Devil's Dick. The Devil's Dick has got quite the helmet, eh? Aye, well, we're going to take 5 and then get down to this bothy and then decide whether we go tackle more Munros. I mean, God, I don't want to go home. I'm on annual leave and I would love to stay out, but the weather is changing. I'm running out of food. Okay, so that's leaving Devil's Point. That's magnificent Càrn. I just sat here for, enjoyed that view. Better get making some miles down to Cairngorms, and we might have come to a decision. We'll see. We might have come to a decision. Absolutely zero effort going downhill with 0 bag. It feels actually quite strange walking without the bag. Some ptarmigan here. Oh, nearly down. Hopefully the bag's still there. There it is. I can see it from here. Just make our way down here. Just this path here. It's a pretty treacherous path to the bottom. There she is. You dancer. Shit. That was the shit. We've locked out. Bothy's empty. There's nobody here. I mean, I think I'm going to stay here this evening. Definitely. Look at that. What a location for a bothy. So there's nobody here at the moment, so I'm just going to get my stuff settled out. Hopefully nobody else comes, that'd be good. Give you a wee look around. Small. I mean, it's busy, and the reason you know it's busy is because it has a compost toilet. I might make use of that later. Who wants to sleep in a bothy anyway? All cosy and hassle free in the morning. Not me. Okay, 5 lads rocked up, and it's a small bothy. I just could not be bothered sharing a bothy with a group of 5 people. I've got a tent, I'll make use of my tent. I got to dry it out a bit in the bothy, which is good. So I'm just looking for a place to camp, see if we can find a place or choose the best of the bad bunch. Slightly gutted about the bothy situation. I did hope I would have got it to myself, but you can never bank on that, and you know, I could have stayed. But the thought of just when you're tired and whatever, it would have been so nice to get it to myself, but it just doesn't work like that all the time. So the next Munro I had planned to do is this one here, Càrn or Cairngorms, something like this. So I might just try and camp somewhere near there, get that done tomorrow, and then start working my way to Braemar is what I've decided. It's getting late and I'm struggling to find like a decent spot. This is on the slopes of the Munro I want to do tomorrow, so we could just leave the tent pitched, get that done, and then pack up and head off. Here's the spot that I'm thinking of pitching in, just this bit here. Okay, I'm not digging that spot really. And I've looked up slope and it's no better, it's just wetter. So we'll keep looking for a wee bit. Whilst it's getting late, I just don't want to settle for some fucking damp shit spot. Like sleeping in the snow last night was pretty cold. I mean, it was alright once you got kind of sleeping. I suppose it was just like being at night. Chilling out was pretty cold. You could do a nicer camp, particularly given it might be the final night's camp before working our way home. Now I'm abandoning this spot as well. I guess you can see it's just really damp in some places. Like, I want a nice spot, so keep looking. It's almost dark though. Look at the sun. Some more people waiting a bothy, so glad of my decision. That's the tent up just in the nick of time because the sun's going down. That was another 3 lads headed yonder to the bothy with skis on their back. Glad I made the call. Sharing that small 1-room bothy with 8 people, 9 including myself, would have been horrendous. Like, this is not an ideal camp spot. It is close to the last Munro that we're going to do, and you know, I can work my way up here, leave the tent up, leave the rucksack again. So I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to go get my tent ready and chill out for a bit. I'll bring you back later. Well, tonight it's a camping heavyweight, a classic, some super noodles. Well, not super noodles, actually my favourite brand are these guys. We got a water crisis again. We have another water crisis. But at least the mighty River Dee is down there, so it's not so much a crisis. Well, I think that's probably it from day 3. Aye, day 3. So we finished the Traverse, and we're contemplating on doing another Munro because it's so near tomorrow. Get out of the way and then start making tracks to Braemar and get back to Glasgow somehow from Braemar. I suppose it'll be Braemar, Perth, Glasgow. And that's what I'm thinking, but we'll find out. And if I can hitchhike on the way, I'm going to try. Anyway, catch you tomorrow. Morning campers. We're just camped up here, aren't we? Yeah. But, as I said, we're back in water crisis. So, we'll go sort that out now, nice and early. we have the alt something down here, not the River Dee at all. I think that's probably going to be my best bet, so let's just get down there. Alright, looks okay, looks clear. We'll give it a filter. Yeah, it takes quite a while to filter the water. I mean, normally water above human habitation is fine to drink, but all that means is it doesn't have oil and contaminants in it. It doesn't guarantee that it's got no nasties like cryptosporidium or stuff like that. So a coffee brewing. This is the hill here we're going to do. So undecided whether I'll leave the tent up or just pack the tent up. This is day 4. We're leaving the tent behind here, and we're going to do one more Munro, Càrn. I think that's how it's pronounced, Càrn, something like this. It seems so close that it would be stupid not to just take it off now. That's what I'm going to do. So we're just going to take a line right up to here, and then the summit, I believe, is just here, so should be fairly quick. Taking a breather. I definitely wouldn't have got up there with my rucksack, my backpack. No way. Just heather bashing all the way up, and it's so steep, so steep. I don't know if the camera picks that up. Cracking views, though, again. The Cairngorms, that's where you want to be. So this isn't the summit, sadly, but once we get up to here, the going's going to be a lot easier. So let's get a move on. Here's the official path. I think we'll start making a beeline towards that. The tent's just down here somewhere. Hope I can find it again. There's the summit of Càrn now. Hopefully these guys move so we can get a photo. So that was the summit, but it was a bit busy, so people sitting on the cairn and whatever couldn't get a great photo, but never mind. Back to the tent to finish the Lairig. So that's Devil's Point in the distance. It never looked so impressive when we done it from the other side, seen it from the other aspect, but from this aspect, it looks phenomenal, doesn't it? Look at those slopes. There's the River Dee way down there. So we're just coming off Càrn, back to the tent, pack up the tent, and as I say, we'll finish the Lairig. As you can see, it's a well-trodden path. It's a busy area, Cairngorms. I wasn't expecting so, maybe during the week, I guess. Other people also have annual leave, not just me, huh? Bastards. I've overshot one marker for getting back to the tent. It's too busy daydreaming. Just as well I took a little marker. So, it should be down here. The ground's very steep, coming just straight up in the mountain. I'm just looking for my tent in the landscape. There it is there. I was actually working towards this rock here. I've got tent blindness. Some of the rocks look like tent, but no, here's the actual tent. It's nice and green. Okay, so not here. We're working this trajectory now. And then it's the big slog to Braemar to see if we can even get a bus anywhere tonight, or as I camp at Braemar. At least I can get a shop and have a nice feed. All the stuff is still here. Even my smelly socks. Who'd want to steal that bag, eh? So bloody heavy. You're so heavy. And so are you. So are you. Van Gogh Ascent. Trek 200. Aye, slow trekker. Okay, so we have to leave this beautiful area behind now. I'm going to get home. That was Cairn done. So it's 5 Munros of the trip. We've done the Braeriach Traverse. This guy, summit was a bit busy for me, so you know, let's just get moving. It's about midday now, so that whole thing there took 2 hours. So I want to get moving. I don't know what time we'll get to Braemar, how long it might take to walk. We'll see. Right, that's the bag packed. This is a spot of ground that we camped on last night. Yeah, it's not ideal, as you can see. I mean, I tried to keep to the drier part here. And you know what, for the most part it is pretty dry. The tent wasn't wet or anything, but hell, it was lumpy. If you can see there, I had to shove some of my clothes under my sleeping mat. Time is 12:20, so we'll stop when we get a nice viable water spot to get water supplies for today, because this is what we've got at the moment. So this is us almost past the mountains. It seems a while back since we were at Sron na Lairig, the nose of the Lairig, or the nose of the pass. But it's decent opening up. The path comes down here and continues over there. I mean, this is clearly a shoe off jobby. Yeah, it's so deep there, so deep. Leaving the river spot, I didn't fancy trying to cross it. I'll have to take my trousers off and all. I managed to get some water processed there, so nice and hydrated, and had a 4-day-old roll. It's pretty good. There we go. Look at that. That's a lot of water. So aye, the sign told you so. Lairig Ghru that way. D-side this way. So aye, that's us on to pastures new. Homeward bound, hopefully. The path is absolutely treacherous for a man in a bag. It really is. There seemed to be a lower river path and like a higher path up here. On hindsight, I wish I took a higher path. Yeah, this is a nightmare. POV, you're hiking the trail. The track's now opened up to something that resembles a track. Oh, much better. That was hard going. Like rocky ground and ups and down along the river. Again, I know I keep bitching on about it, but it's the parkway. So we're on to Ferry Lodge, and from there, as I say, work to Braemar. It's like 1:30 in the afternoon, so I do wonder if we'll even get home tonight. We'll see. I hope so. Well, this is Glen Louis, and it's actually stunning. Scots pine up here. Really nice. Be a great place to camp, wouldn't it? I'm looking forward to a bit of civilization, some civil time. Enough of roughing it. Derry Lodge in the distance there. So we have another river crossing here. It's going to be a shoe off job. We've got the boots off, so we're going to try it now. Maybe I'll try and video it. So we're at the fantastic Derry Lodge. I mean, this is a great place to camp, and lots of people do. Just had to cross that river, taking the shoes off. I wasn't going to get beaten by another river crossing today. No way. So this is the long way out to Braemar for me. It's going to take 5 because it's beautiful. Enjoy the last of the mountain views. So that's it, left Derry Lodge, on our way to Linnadee car park now. So let's see how long it takes to get there. I think it's about 2:45. We're just about to turn off this path now. There's a bridge up here. I've come to the realisation that I may not get home from Braemar this evening. So how we're going to get home is becoming a bit more uncertain. Unless we hitchhike, we might not make the last bus, and we might be stuck in Braemar for a night camping. Just on the last leg to the car park, Linnadee car park, where we can try and beg a lift to Braemar. So at the car park, we just need to get to the main road and start the walk to Braemar. There's a bus at 16:17 that goes to Perth, but there's no chance we're going to make that. We've got 10 kilometres, I think, to Braemar. 10k, 6 miles. I mean, lots of lots of good potential camp spots. Look at that one. But no, we need to get some supplies, food. This has proven to be the hardest stretch of today, just the last stretch home, and no cars are stopping at all, just driving right past. So we're half an hour or so from Braemar.
We've cheated on this episode of Munros by public transport. We phoned our father who lives in Dundee. He's going to take me to Dundee train station. From Dundee station we'll continue to Glasgow